You wake up at 3 a.m. with your heart hammering like you're being chased. You've checked the house, you're perfectly safe, yet your body is convinced a predator is closing in. Your physiology is responding to a prehistoric paradox. Your survival systems are firing as if this saber-toothed tiger is still hunting you in the dark. The threat didn't go extinct, it simply moved inside. We internalized the tiger, and now it gnaws on us from within. This is the modern human operating system, a state of chronic sympathetic dominance masquerading as civilization. We have normalized a life spent marinating our internal organs in cortisol and adrenaline, triggering a chemical emergency just to check an email or meet a deadline. Anxiety represents a physiological hardware glitch. Our nervous systems have become stuck in an endless scream, and the system requires a biological upgrade. To see how this glitch functions, we have to map the cascading failure as it moves through our internal architecture. When the amygdala sounds the alarm, the vagus nerve, once a grand river of peace, shrinks to a frightened stream. Heart rate variability collapses. As the body tenses, the prefrontal cortex goes offline, severing our access to higher reasoning. This leaves the default mode network in control. This is the brain's chattering committee, the neural circuit dedicated entirely to the ego, the me, and the stories we tell about ourselves. Under stress, the DMN lights up like a Vegas casino, consuming the brain's resources with a relentless loop of self-centered panic. A hyperactive DMN keeps the human machine trapped. It ensures we remain focused on our own separateness, even when the external threat is long gone. Ancient maps of consciousness were the original operating manuals for this system. Over 2 millennia ago, Patanjali documented the precise stages needed to withdraw awareness from this egoic construct. He called the final stages samadhi. It is the intentional rewiring of the human operating system. This chart shows fMRI brain scans that validate these ancient stages. Every step of this rewiring produces measurable, repeatable physiological shifts. We see it in Sarah Lazar's documentation of cortical thickening and Judson Brewer's data showing the default mode network going offline. Biologically, it results in the lengthening of telomeres and a drop in interleukin-6. At the University of Wisconsin, Richard Davidson documented compassion-induced gamma waves that look like supernovas on the scanner. But there is a booby trap. Often, the ego tries to collect this newfound bliss as a souvenir. The very hand that reaches for the piece is the hand that dissolves it. Ancient yogic texts and modern fMRI machines point to the same truth. Focused awareness can physically override and rewrite our biological hardware. Awareness is the driver of this system, not a passenger. The body functions as a mirror, reflecting whatever state that awareness chooses to occupy. We are not attempting to optimize the ego to be more productive. This is a radical biological upgrade designed to dissolve the ego entirely. The goal is to make parasympathetic coherence and non-dual awareness the permanent baseline of our species, replacing our current default of fight or flight. For centuries, our species has cycled through the same panicked patterns, splitting the atom and inventing gods while remaining trapped in a scream. This shift is an evolutionary instruction. The planet has finished waiting for us to outgrow this tantrum of separateness. The flutter you feel behind your sternum right now is a moment of recognition, the ancient harmonic finding the cave of your own heart. What would your life look like if peace were not an achievement, but the permanent ground you stood on? The next operating system is already here.